How are we doing? 28.05. We touched $30. All right, let's fucking go. Thanks everyone for checking out the show. I'm Sean Fitzy,
I'm Alert Piano.
and this is the Echo Chamber. We are live. I didn't even write anything down to start off. I'm sliding in from work. I missed a whole bunch of articles as I was talking to Alert before we got going tonight. Some big news from GameStop right off the get. So I don't Alert. You had that info. Anyways, how are you, Alert? How's it going? I'm excited,
Uh,
by the way. Can you tell?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Awesome. Things are happening with game, so I'm excited.
Yeah, things are happening big time. Anyone who has calls, good job. Um,
So yeah, I'll
Go ahead.
the
So Wall Street Journal dropped an article today. So first off, there was an article leaked on Friday that the GameStop was looking interested in acquiring eBay. It definitely seemed like it came from RC. It had all kinds of information that RC would only be able to give. And then today we got an article very recently, and could you take us through it, Alert?
yeah, it's Wall Street Journal. GameStop is unsolicited offer to buy $56 billion to buy eBay for $56 billion. GameStop disclosed, or Ryan Cohen did, that they roughly have 5% stake in eBay, and they were offering $125 a share, and that would roughly be equal to the highest market cap eBay ever had in like 21. And then he also disclosed that they have a 20 billion commitment from TD Bank in debt financing. Um, so there's there's that, which would help them not dilute if they
Yeah, because that's what Weekend of FUD, by the way. I don't know. Were you on? You were busy, right? You had
yeah, I was out all yesterday, and then I had sport coaching duties
yeah,
all today. It was it's actually kind of nice to come back and like just pull up all the stuff and read
just
it
be
tonight
blessed.
and get right
Awesome.
back into some. But yeah, I did
It was
start to see some of that, how this was all gonna be bad for GameStop, and after all these years and Ryan Cohen's finally making moves, it's like people have to, uh, let's see the deal. Let's let them cook for a little bit, and then we can talk about it. But yeah, the weekend stuff is always crazy.
and it was especially. It felt good. I was saying it in the Discord. First off, what's up, everyone out there in chat? Good to see y'all. Lodo, Dirk, what's up, Arcane, Jeremy Piper, how you doing, bro? Let's fucking go, GME. What's up, fam? Lodo, Diaper King 4075. What's up, bro? New Snake, dude. New Snake's memes are just like they're
They're
fire. Like
awesome.
he's doing really awesome with his memes. So I like it. I think it was like 3 or 4 months ago. He's like, I'm just gonna focus on memeing, and he's been killing
Yeah.
it. So yeah, okay. What's up, everyone? Glad you all could make it. Yeah, we were. I was saying in the Discord that it's well, I posted "Fud Me Harder," but it's we hadn't had this in a long time. It really hadn't even no one hadn't even been talking shit to us. It had just been just whatever. So getting a whole bunch of people who I've never seen before too, like all kinds of big accounts too, just all talking shit, saying it's not possible. Some were on the positive side of things, but it's just
I was yeah, I was at a baseball game Saturday with somebody who works at eBay in the collectible space, and he was just like, "What is going on? How
yeah,
is?" He was just flabbergasted. I was like, I don't care. It made my stock go up. he was, he's like, I
yeah.
don't
That
care.
was eBay.
Oh yeah, eBay's crushing it, but
Yeah.
it's up 50% in a year, and I think 14% tonight. Um,
Okay. Yeah. 124,000 in overnight trading right now. It's a it's a nice, a very nice start to overnight trading. Got a ways to go to get to some of the bigger days this year, volume wise, but I think we might get it. Sorry, I cut you off, bro. Just
Oh
got
no,
excited.
but yeah, but the idea of like essentially some sort of corporate rating or force. None of this has been done since the 80s. Like, so we're like in uncharted waters with Game trying to acquire eBay now. Well, this is probably we'll yet to see if this is like the final target or if you never know with Ryan Cohen. But I mean, he's making moves. He's quoted in the article today, so I think it's all systems go until they either close the deal or move on. And I what I've said a couple times is so it's clear that they were building the position with GameStop in eBay from the end of January 31st. So after the 10K, um, all so from February 2nd into like March at some point. Um, and so it's like even if the deal doesn't go, just like his Bed Bath exit, like they're gonna they're gonna make money regardless.
So does he have options? Do we know? Is that
Uh,
disclosed yet? I
no,
haven't
no, no,
even.
that's not disclosed, but there was a very unusual activity at the. I posted it in the Discord, but unusual activity at the end of the day on both Friday and Thursday for the 106 strike. What strike was that? What expiry?
It was
Uh,
short dated, wasn't it? I think it was like for next week.
yeah, it
Well,
was
one
pretty
of them
short
was.
dated. Yeah, but it's a strike below the offer price, so it's like um, either somebody knew something or it was you know GameStop or Ryan.
Well, he might have to go hostile, right?
Yeah, yeah, and there's so a lot of if we start talking about some of this stuff, one I don't fully know all all the
Yeah.
all the mechanic. We're and like I said, a lot of these you have to go back to like Barbarians at the Gate and stuff in the 80s and 90s of hostile take. I mean, it's just not done. But there was a interesting, uh, the eBay's uh, uh, annual meeting is June. So the record date was April 20th, so 420. GameStop probably had 20% by then, so they'll have they have shares by the record date. The annual meeting is for June 17th, and we think GameStop's annual meeting is going to be beyond that because we passed the date.
Yeah, no proxy.
Yeah, for the no proxy. So there's a couple things that I've been reading, and I don't know. We can get into that later on stuff they could do to eBay if they don't take the
Well,
deal. But
yeah, I mean, well, we're talking about it. Like, I think we should probably just stick with it. So, like, what I have on the agenda, other than like, introducing you to everyone, because you've been around forever. Anyone who doesn't know Alert, um, well, I met you in some Discord a long time ago. I'm not sure where it was. Probably not Matt Kors, right?
no, it's
No.
probably no. I was never in that one.
Yeah, there was some Discord out there, but anyways, that's how I met you. I met a few people on Reddit, most people on X in the Discord, and then some through other Discords. And so I've known you since like probably end of 21, maybe early 22 or something like that. So yeah, definitely OG. So yeah, well, real quick, when did you find GameStop? When did you become
So
obsessed?
February of 21. I bought. So I, read about, obviously heard about it, read about it, and then I got a. I wasn't trading at that time, and decided to get into stocks. And then I bought the moment I watched the congressional hearing, when he he was the most eloquent person in the hearing. I bought it like 38 or whatever.
Nice job.
And then I bought all the way up and down
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
5 years. Anyway, that was my moment of, and then from there, just like trying to learn everything I could about it. So yeah, a long, long journey. But you know,
Yeah, I don't know what you do in your personal life. I know we're anonymous, but you're like a real smart charty kind of guy. Like your shit. And we got some charts. Hopefully we can get into it. But you're definitely on the technical side of things of the market. You have you have some real good knowledge. So I struggle to try to like keep up sometimes. So sorry if if I have some questions or I'm a little slow to follow, but yeah, you got real good knowledge. So it's great. It's appreciated having you in the Discord for sure because
Yeah, no
um
problem.
e- yeah, every time you put something out there, I gotta zoom in, man. I'm getting old now. Those charts, I gotta like pull them up,
Yeah, some of
but
them, yeah.
I try
Well,
to
now,
I
yeah,
try to
it's
understand
dangerous
them all.
with the Claude. I can produce more, and I have to like edit them and like, yeah,
Yeah,
make sure that it's not producing crap charts because now it just wants to. But yeah, I'm more dangerous with AI because I can do more.
yeah,
Uh,
I know. I just wrote my manager meeting at work using Chat GPT. It was very helpful. It's very helpful. I'm finding more and more uses for it. It's fucking good. I don't use Claude though. I maybe I should. Does it do good images?
uh, I think um, no, it doesn't. Claude
No.
doesn't do.
Okay, that's not
Um,
a thing for Claude.
yeah, so it's weird. I mean the Claude has like I think they become more popular, they lose. There was a period in time when Claude kicked GPT's ass for like a month or so, and then like as like there it attracts more users, it like bogs down the servers, and now they're like back to the same in my mind. And
Yeah.
I but some parts like Claude code and like vibe coding with Claude is way better than ChatGPT. But I think it's just an ebb and flow. But
Nice.
so what are we at now?
28.55 and after hours trade, overnight trading, fake trading. No
Yeah,
kitty tweet, huh? I haven't even looked at
yeah. So we had a bump Friday, a bump after hours, and now we're getting a bump um, overnight. Uh, and we're getting what Ryan talked about. He talked about making a big deal, something that was never done.
yeah.
So
Yeah, and so they laid out the framework. So okay, um, so I just like one more time. Could you just run through the Wall Street Journal article reported today?
yeah, so there was an article earlier today where they basically were hinting that GameStop had a position, and then I think that was like a scoop of the actual article that was released right before kind of like seven, I forget what time, but yeah, that they talked with Ryan Cohen himself, and that he is making or has an unsolicited offer to buy eBay for $56 billion, um,
Okay.
which is and they have roughly 5%, and he's offering 125 a share, which is roughly a 20% premium. He says eBay should be worth and will be worth a lot more money. He's thinking of turning eBay into something worth hundreds of billions of dollars.
Okay,
Uh,
so we can talk because I think that's where we were kind of going a little bit ago of like what he can do with eBay. Because so like on my list, I got the Burry article because Burry's not a big fan. Um,
yeah, he was throwing. I mean, he didn't say he was. I think he was looking for more deep
he
value.
wants to see what's going to happen,
Yeah,
and that everyone, including Burry, is assuming like a massive delusion. So I'll ask you that. So does this mean that we might not have to face such a big dilution? I'm not gonna be
the
naive and think there's no chance at it, especially as we grow and try to do more and acquire more. But um, yeah, what are your thoughts on that with what the Wall Street Journal reported about the deal now?
well, they have debt. All so they have cash and they have 20 billion of debt, and then they would have to issue shares in some form, but it's not gonna be like straight selling into the market. It's gonna be issuing shares to buy eBay.
Yeah. Oh,
And
okay. I hear.
so it's it depends on how much in relation to the existing outstanding. So it'll have a dilute. It won't be like the bonds or an ATM, um, but the I think more the synergies is what one well the one thing that Burry didn't talk about in his latest article, but in his previous one, the GameStop has all these net operating losses, 500, what is it, 500 to 700 million, that allows them to do a transaction like this and pay a premium because they're the only company that can unlock those. eBay's profits would allow them to unlock those nulls, and they, you- and then uh, so there's that. Um,
Yeah.
there's the
I,
there's the existing PSA partnership that also has a partnership with eBay, Power Packs. It's kind of like a no-brainer uh, if they can pull it off.
yeah. So I've been using. So I've kind of dug in. I've been become a Pokemon fan big time lately, and I've started using. So I started with Power Packs, and I've been loading up my vault. Not really having any sent to the house or anything like that. I did have Polly got me one. Polly and Aaron got me one for my birthday, so that one's here at the house. But I've sold through PSA to eBay. I know they have a partnership. There's even like you can search on eBay for cards that are only in the vault. It's really nice, except for you can't really look into your vault from eBay. That would be kind of, I think, maybe one of my frustrations around that whole process. That and the fucking fees. I sold a card for like $45. The only card I sold on eBay from the vault. It was a 7-day auction. Sold for I got it for like 25. I was up on it. It sold for I think 46, but the fees were like $9, which is it's just crazy. It's a very large percent of the sale. So, but that and then you think about GameStop and Power Pack like you were saying. And then if you can like buy cards at GameStop, have it go right to your vault somehow, or and then list it on eBay. I don't know if there's a way to make all of that work together. It's just I don't know. And then there's like the YouTube Live thing with Whatnot. Well, not Whatnot, but like a Whatnot competitor. There's a lot of stuff that like in this collectible market that they're just gonna be kind of the front runner in when it comes to
Yeah, and
most
it's
of
all
it.
it's all stuff GameStop has been leaning into, like more returns, more collectibles, more retro. Um, and it's like, I think I talked to Bad Robot about it. That the the they're doing the returns and the collectibles and refurbished stuff is all like kind of inflation proof or stagflation because the cost of new things only goes up, and then GameStop, eBay kind of traffics in these collectible trading, retro games, trading games, and they're just soaking up all the supply of these older systems or refurbished systems, and the cost of the new stuff is only going to go up, especially with what's going on in the world, and the margins. So the margins shrink on like new, and the margins are only expanding on these new, the trade in stuff, the collectibles, and so they're expanding that, getting margin expansion, and then like you said, if they get eBay, they get all the fees. Uh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
and then eBay. I looked into their financials briefly. eBay has an investable float. Um, they the way they do their transactions, they collect the money uh, from the buyer, but if you sell it, you don't get the money right away. There's like a holding period on a lot
yeah,
of stuff.
yeah,
So they have a float. And they put that in a money market, and they actually produce more interest income than their interest expense is for like the past 2 years off of that float. So I don't. Um, it's like a 14-day. I forget what it depends on but
yeah. It's like a
there,
bump in cash for a couple weeks that they can do something with, right?
yeah. Well, but if they do so much value, it's like it's a ton of money, and it creates like 200 and something million, and it covers all their interest expenses.
Two
So
twenty
it's like,
nine forty, by the way.
yeah. So like, I mean, so Buffett used to say like the float, the insurance float was his like secret weapon. Um, he had they collect out all the premiums, and they would invest wisely that float. So we've been all talking about what companies where Ryan Cohen was going to get his float. You know, And everybody has said, oh, it's going to be Molina because it's an insurance and they have a float. But maybe it's starting with eBay, and I there's a lot of other ways you can get a float.
Yeah, we're fucking ripping.
Yeah, it's good.
29.59. 29.59. That
Let's
can't. This
fucking
volume.
go.
Let's fucking go. That's some volume. What's up, everyone? I saw you. Saw you, magnificent. Let me read what he said. eBay should be worth and will be worth a lot more money. Cohen said in an interview. I'm thinking about turning eBay into something worth hundreds of billions of dollars. That's
Yep,
just
that's in the
dirty.
article.
Check Magnificent out. He's got a show coming out pretty soon. I'm looking forward to it,
Yeah,
bro.
I follow him on Twitter. He's good shit.
Yeah, for sure. What else? MK14 EVA. What's up, bro? Osmos Osmosize. This is gonna be tough. Let's see. What's up? KGRX2PH. Is anyone else I miss? Dirk McDirk. What's up, Dirk? I think I might have said hi to Dirk already. I just like saying Dirk McDirk. What's up, guys? Let's fucking go. 29.65. Let me put it back on the 5-minute chart so we can watch us break 30. My calls are gonna fucking print. I don't know. Anyone else out there? Yeah, I'm fucking so fired up right now. I might be showing up with a new MacBook fucking Pro next week's show. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I've been looking for a pen this whole time. I'm like all over the place. All right. So what is this an overnight? 18% up? Is that but that's based off of Friday's
Yeah,
open, I think. So
yeah. Overnight we are 11%.
11. Yeah. Whew.
So we,
No.
yeah, I think we could be 8 because we were, yeah, 4% after.
Oh, what we closed. Let me see.
Yeah, we had a 6% day on Friday, and then after hours we went up 4%, and then now we're up another 10%, 11%.
Yeah. Yeah, we closed after hours at what, 27.50 something,
Yeah.
27.58, and we're about to. Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I went a little too far. Say we open at 30. I don't know. I know what not financial advice, but I'm gonna be taking profit a lot and right away. Not saying it's gonna come back down, but it happens. So if you
Well,
got calls,
it'll be interesting to see. I think IV is going to be spiked regardless.
yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So
I mean, it was
we'll-
already starting to be spiked. I
yeah,
think we were
and that
we're
was
up
the
like
sign.
yeah, it's gonna be a really nice open uh to anyone that has calls. Let me see what we closed IV at last week. It was like 56. And we went into the week. Oh, so it closed at 53.9, up 14 points on the day.
And there was a
I,
ton of option volume on Friday.
yeah, yeah, and it came in heavy. All right, so let's see if I can do this real quick. We got the 1 day. All right. If I drop off, hang tight. I'll be right back. All right. I'm going to share this tab.
Oh yeah,
Am I still here?
you're still here.
All right, let's go. All right, it's unusual whales. So yeah, we did over 6 million. What was it? 6.5 million. I'm trying to think. I was looking into a couple calls. Let me see. It was no, it was like I think it was just like a lot of cross trades I was trying to find. I'm stuck on the $50 strike too. So yeah, it was a good day. Let me just pull up the 7 day while I have it up real quick. I don't want to try to dig through unusual whales right now. 14 day. Yeah, just fucking ripped on calls. Yeah, it was a good Friday for sure, and it's gonna be even better tomorrow. But all right, let me get off this. I'm gonna go back to the chart, guys. And I'm still here, right? Yes, let's go. All right, 29.40 in overnight trading. Okay. All right, so let me get to my notes. Shop GameStop, everyone. If we don't get to it, by the way, their social media has been pretty on point, and I don't know. Oh, you mentioned GameStop Retro. That's what I wanted. Retro gaming. But Riley's back too, and
Yeah,
she's got orange hair now, and she is promoting GameStop Retro. So all locations are going to have a GameStop Retro in it. That's pretty good news. That's cool. I like GameStop Retro. I still got my GameCube that I won. I think it's a cool idea. It just taps into everything else. So I wonder, like, if we start seeing that
RC
shit.
tweet, RC tweet.
Oh my gosh. I just got a little excited. All right. So I'm going to go to Twitter now. Let me get off my notifications.
Oh.
Yeah. The price kind of moved weird off of it.
He's got a letter to eBay. You want to read it?
Okay. Yeah. I'll pull it up. Let me see. All right. Proposal to eBay. Letter to eBay. So this is from GameStop. So it's linked from GameStop Corporation. All right. Let me share this tab instead. So this is breaking news on the Echo Chamber Live. Ryan Cohen has tweeted a letter to GameStop. So I guess I'll read it. GameStop Corp is proposing to acquire all common stock of eBay at $125 per share. We have accumulated a 5% economic stake in eBay through derivatives and beneficial ownership of common stock and are filing a Schedule 13D and HSR notification tomorrow. Our offer is $125 per share, comprising 50% cash and 50% GameStop common stock. Uh-oh. We doing all right here on the chart? All right. With full shareholder, huh?
Shake it off, game.
Yeah, I'm looking at 2910. With full share, that'll fucking ruin all my. I'll have to delete all of my excitement about fucking profit tomorrow. I got maybe too excited too soon.
No, it's holding on. I mean, it's
I know the algo's got it by now, right?
Yeah.
Shareholder election rights as a consideration type and pro rata allocation. That represents a 46% premium to eBay's unaffected closing price on February 4th, 2026, the day GameStop started accumulating. So that's when they started accumulating.
Yeah,
its position.
I think you nailed the day.
Yeah, I think you did. A 27% premium to the 30-day VWAP and a 36% premium to the 90-day VWAP. Yeah, okay, so that's how they it's valued at $55.5 billion. Okay, eBay spent $2.4 billion on sales and marketing in 25 and added 1 million net active buyers, 134. We will take $2 billion of annualized costs out within 12 months of close, 1.2 billion from sales and marketing, 300 million. So he's talking about how he's going to save money immediately. Is that what that is? Yeah. All right. And 500 from general and administrative. Yeah. That's, motherfuckers about to lose jobs. Yeah. That's good though.
Yes.
Go ahead.
What I don't see in here is what they would value the game. Do they give us like what they're gonna
28.75?
What they're gonna value the GameStop? You know, typically if you're gonna buy with stock, you have to value it at some average share price or some. Does it even say it?
Yeah, no, I didn't see that. I think I just saw it talking about eBay. I don't know, I'm making the E face right now. I'm watching the price 28.65.
Well, no, I mean, because it's a lot. If you say we're buying it with 50% stock, but we're gonna essentially pump up the stock, and then so they don't say what window.
Well, also we don't have that much. How much stock is that? That's a good question. I mean, we only have.
Well, the amount of stock depends on what it's valued at, right?
Oh.
I mean, you can come up with be 50% of the 56 billion, but
yeah,
you have to divide by a share price, and what is that share? Is it typically it's like a 30-day VWAP, based on the closing trade, so that's not defined, and that's gonna inject some volatility.
It's gonna matter. Yeah.
Okay.
So
basically, we need the stock to be higher for this to be better. I mean, the higher GameStop is, the better it is.
So that leans right into they're hinting at a squeeze, like right into that shit. Maybe they're telling Kitty to squeeze it. I've always kind of felt like, their Twitter the last few days has well, not like last week they pushed the number 5 twice, and that is definitely I think Magnificent brought it up actually. That is definitely Kitty's favorite number. If I'm gonna pick a number that Kitty loves, it's that. It's 5. He uses that a lot in different ways and denominations. So all right. So I'm gonna go back to the chart. I think everyone had a chance to read.
Okay, so that as soon as they, put a little downward pressure,
At 2860, holding up, decent volume still too.
but everybody knew they were going to have to use stock. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, it
so
matters. So like so there is still like it would be beneficial for us to be trading at like, I don't know, $1,000 a share.
yeah,
Right? Like,
well,
yeah,
yeah,
that
but
was
so at some point there, there's like, all right, we're going to value the GameStop, in this window, usually a 30-day window. They don't give that window. I'm assuming Ryan Cohen would, you know, pick the best window for GameStop because he knows it. Um, so
well, May.
I,
Well, I
yeah,
mean, yeah, it's this month. It's right
yeah,
now.
yeah. So I don't think it's any accident that this is all going down right around now.
No,
Um,
I don't ever think it is. Actually, I
where
haven't. Go ahead.
I mean, there's a lot of things that he's either doing or that we think that they may be doing to help the stock price. And that's like my main takeaway with Ryan Cohen, since following, is that up until the pay package, and I mean, he said in his interview, I'm I'm a long term shareholder, so now he's making steps and doing things. He was repairing GameStop for how many ever years, and then since January 6th, he's been making moves to actually increase the stock, which he never actually did or cared about until now.
Nice.
Because now it matters, and
Yeah.
not
Well,
just from,
so
but if you're going to use GameStop as currency, you need it to be valued higher to be re-rated.
yeah. So what's up, Lord of Laws? By the way, I see you out there, bro. Um, MK14. I don't think our Roaring Kitty cares. I mean, I think he's gonna do what he's gonna do, and I don't think he's gonna not be involved for sure. I think he's there. So what he does next is definitely gonna be important. Time to initiate 100 million brand. I can't buyback. Oh, I don't think we're doing a buyback, KG. I mean, I would maybe pump the price. We don't even have $100 million worth of buyback. I don't know. I don't know if that would be what
Well,
we're looking for, and it's not really what RC is
we're
trying to do.
uh, you know he can recall his shares for the vote.
Yeah.
Even though he's not voting, he can still recall his shares, which I think we all think he's going to do. Uh, there's a lot of things that they can do, um, and I had said this a bunch about the buybacks. I would buy back some of the convertible debt before I bought back shares. But that's a different discussion. It's a longer discussion. Um, but somebody's buying the bonds. I can tell you that. I don't know
Yeah,
who.
that's been a big cause of so we've been seeing that volume come. I don't get it. It's the bonds are like the Weeble volume normally. I say that because I pay for plenty of data on TradingView, but I don't seem to get that volume. But the free shit on Weeble, it just pops there. So we've been
Yeah.
seeing more and more of that lately, right?
Yep. Yeah. And that in my view, that's so there's somebody who is buying the bonds, and then the ARB funds are having these large delta hedging volumes that come through when either they're having to close out or reposition, because there's been abnormal buy volume on the bonds since basically March 31st. Um, so um, anyway, I just think there's a bunch of things that they can do, and they can do buying back some convertible debt to reduce some dilution overhang before acquisition is not unheard of, and it also, like, in my view, kind of it helps the stock way more than just doing corporate share buybacks,
Yeah. Yeah.
because the basically the bonds are shorted way more than the stock is. So you get way
Okay.
more leverage per dollar.
So yeah, okay. So the bonds I was looking at in terms of their conversion window, that's we got like a full clear that shit just shut. So we would have to trade above like $38, I think, for 20 of the last 30 days of the quarter for that to happen. For them to have a chance at early conversion. I'm just thinking about it. I'm all over the place with everything. I just have my notes down. I want to try
Yeah,
to catch it. The other thing I wanted to bring up about we were talking about RC pumping the stock price. He's been doing it for a while too. He's done it on several occasions. Definitely, like for me, my most notable was March 2022. I definitely think he tried to send that shit. Um, but even within the past year, he tried to pump that Bitcoin move last May. That was you know, he timed that, maybe not pumped it, but he timed it. He timed it for May OPEC settlement. There isn't a better like May is the best month of the year for GameStop. May OPEC settlement is the best week of that month. And he timed that Bitcoin announcement for it. Kind of feels like that dude front ran us and leaked the news, but we got rugged hard after that, and that was pretty much the last chance we had at really making a solid buck, I guess I'd say on some. Yeah, I mean we had some other chances, but it really was end of May the Bitcoin news, and then bond. But we got the warrants here. This is definitely a time of year, a cycle time of year for us. It's usually end of August, beginning of September. We also get some moves in October, like the end in November, but announcing the warrants into that cycle, and then most recently in January. Where am I at? Was it January? Yeah, anyways, all the articles in January that he announced, like all that shit was pumping right into the January cycle. He bought into it. He announced two different like the biggest shit I've ever heard him say about the deals he's doing, like even 3 or 4 months before it even happened. So he was definitely pumping that cycle too. And then now we're in May, and it's just the start, and the news is just now coming out. So I don't know. I feel like we got this is just the beginning of May, but it feels like it's just the beginning of some good shit.
yeah,
I was talking in the Discord. I don't know. The vote is a big deal. Depending on what shares he's going to need for eBay, it's going to be a big deal. Let me go back to overnight 28.92. Sorry guys.
yeah.
I'm here.
New Snake in the chat is right. They will reject because it's in um, their economic interest to stay in power at eBay. Um,
Oh yeah, yeah. With
so
their like a
so I
hundred
think,
thousand shares.
yeah,
I saw I saw their insider ownership, and it's like no, they don't have shit like compared to all of our guys. Maybe
yeah.
not all of them, but
Well, but yeah. So the board seats are worth more. Um, staying on as CEO because he would axe that guy. Um, so they're all going to recommend to turn this deal down.
yeah, I don't. Simon, would eBay's acquisition automatically hit RC's compensation goals? I don't think for sure not GameStop's market cap.
No, it gets them like 50% there
Yeah,
on the earnings
on
side.
the yeah, and then the price of GameStop. Well, the market cap. So yeah, he would have to. It's really I didn't know that. So the EBITDA side, he'd be halfway through already with this deal.
I thought. I mean, I didn't do the calculation. I thought it was in
I
one of the.
definitely didn't. Yeah.
Um, I thought it was in one of the articles today. It gets them a good chunk of the way there. Um, um,
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's what he's trying to do. Good shit. I mean, it should help us too.
yeah,
I don't know how that's all gonna work. I'm not like
yeah.
I don't
So
know.
I think it will they will reject it, and then it'll be all right. What type of maneuvering will he do to gain control? There's a couple. We can talk about it later, but there's you know what he did with GameStop itself. You know, basically he never sent them a letter that he wanted to buy it. He just said I want. he got control of GameStop um, by
Yeah,
just
he got his 10% by December, then sent his letter, right?
yeah,
I
but
think
then
that's how it went.
yeah, and he was just like, I wasn't going to settle for like a board seat. He wanted the whole board.
Yeah.
So he never bought the entire GameStop. He just controls the board. So he could do something similar to that. Um, just control, just gain control of the board. Um, there may be other institutional investors who um, would, you know, if the board doesn't like, there's a lot of institutional investors who definitely would take the deal, $125 a share. Um, so there's shareholders who he could appeal to.
Yeah. Yeah, and so they got their vote. I guess that's the next step in terms of, I guess eBay has to accept or reject, and like New Snake says, that they're probably gonna reject it. So then what? What do we do? We fucking
Well, they have their meeting. There is a one uh, a random this guy who owns 180 shares of eBay. He submits the same shareholder uh, proposal every year for eBay, and it's to
yeah,
change. It's to change the shareholder special meeting requests from 20% ownership, 20% of um, shareholders down to 10%. Uh, and that thing almost passes, and I'm assuming Game would vote yes for it. It's almost passed like every year,
yeah.
because
I found it.
it lowers the threshold to have a special meeting. So one is they could Game could get that thing to pass, and then they could get 10% to force a special meeting. Uh, Two, there's this all 11 directors are up for reelection at eBay.
Uh,
Um, and there's this weird proxy fight thing where uh, you can I posted it in the Discord, but um, they have like a in their I haven't gone through everything in the bylaws for eBay, but they have a resignation clause if they don't get reelected in the shareholder meeting, and so GameStop could vote no for all their directors, but also if they turn down the deal, go to all the other activists or active shareholders of eBay and kind of wage a no vote campaign and basically force a bunch of their like 11 of them to resign,
hmm.
and then it's like way easier to gain control of the entire board. uh I don't know, so there may be a bunch of
He's got options,
yeah,
is
he's
what you're
thinking of
saying.
something because the way if you look at the way he took control of GameStop,
Yeah,
like
and tried
it,
with Bed Bath and Beyond too.
yeah, yeah.
Same
So it's
type of thing.
I think he knows that they're gonna vote no, and then it's like what comes next, and then we're all gonna be throwing shit at the wall trying to figure it out. Uh,
Lord
but
said proxy vote straight to the shareholders, like I can. So we got
yeah,
to get it.
yeah, and
So
if that one thing passes, it's a much easier to do that proxy vote.
yeah, that's what I
Uh,
was gonna say. I read up on that guy. I randomly that guy's like a legend for fucking putting votes to boards. He does it all over the place, I guess.
yeah,
He said
okay, good.
he's done it at eBay
I
every
mean,
year too.
I'm assuming, but yeah, the timing of this, they can't. They already released their proxy, so they can't like change anything. So the offer basically comes out the day after that eBay released their proxy. So they're locked in for their June vote, um, and they got to turn it down, and then they're kind of exposed in this window, um, and uh, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, this next 2 months is gonna be awesome. So you were saying before this happened that if we don't get, the proxy material for our vote, our shareholder vote, because a lot of information is gonna it's gonna come to us if they need shares to complete this deal, we're gonna have to vote them in because there's not a lot left. I don't think after you take into account the bonds and all that. I think there's like
in the war.
180 million. Yeah, in the warrants, it's like 180 million, and I don't know.
Yeah,
I,
and so he'd want a deal with eBay before he came to the GameStop
yeah,
shareholder.
yeah.
Uh,
So we got a lot.
yeah, so
Oh,
various
but
math various math put Wednesday as the date for that proxy to have come out, and it didn't. They so the and computer share already has a like random June 29th date. A random date was already put on their website for the shareholder meeting. So I'm assuming it's going to be pushed behind the eBay shareholder meeting, uh, which
yeah,
and so I looked at all. So is recently they've had the meeting and the uh, uh, earnings like close together, or at least a couple days apart. But they used to have them at the start of June, at the end of June, and it creates like these two different vol events, because a lot of stuff happens at the. So it's kind of, to me, I kind of like it. I like having earnings. Um, you know, a couple days ago, I was going, oh, we're going to find out what Target or what they're doing. So, well, now we all know. So,
yeah, yeah. So like earnings. So the original, well, the note came out that the shareholders was going to be the 8th
yeah,
of
it's not going to
June.
be the
Yeah,
earnings will be around the 8th and ninth, but
probably 9th. Yeah,
the
6-9.
the meeting's going to be after. I guarantee it'll be after the eBay meeting.
Yeah, and I would say like don't expect anything. If this was any other year, I'd be like the meeting's gonna suck. But I don't think the meeting's gonna suck this year.
Yeah,
Um, it'll be a big deal. RC's pay package will be on the line. So
yeah.
um,
Well, but this is, so all right, let's go back and look at his letter. So he says in his offer letter, they he doesn't say shares. What does he say? They have a um, um, we've accumulated a 5% economic stake in eBay through derivatives and beneficial. So they're levered in eBay. They're levered in eBay. So that's what that $700 million collateral
yeah,
was.
yeah,
Uh, and it's just like, yeah. So they basically, yeah, they're going to overpay, but they bought levered eBay at, you know, would they say February
February 2nd, I think. Yeah,
4th was the
February
date.
4th. Yeah,
I mean, so they're going to make, basically they get to cash exercise some calls, and um yeah, because it was dipping during that time.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that's tough. I'm
So
gonna
I
have
mean,
to go ahead.
well, anyway, so it's not so, and then the base case is they're just going to make a gain on the eBay investment.
Yeah, they're up.
Yeah, they're way up,
Definitely up.
and they're not going to go down. And um
Yeah, definitely not now. No, I
it
mean
won't
I
get
don't know. I don't know how it's gonna look tomorrow, but I
oh
mean,
no, they'll kind of I mean, if you look at other, they'll I mean there'll be a bunch of firms that come in and try to arbitrage, both of the, both sides, but they dance around. It won't be pinned to 125, but it'll be up in this range, this 116 to 120 range.
yeah, they're up about 40% right now. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. Nice job, RC. Better than Bitcoin, I guess. Right.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's Bitcoin at 78,000 still. So, all right, let's see.
Well, yeah, and then yeah, his letter. What does he say? He's gonna fire everybody. So
Yeah, he does. He basically gets right to it. He's
yeah,
gonna. He does not miss an opportunity to like take a swipe at overpaid executives in like one way or
yeah,
another.
and so they're all
Um,
gonna, to keep their pay and all that, they're gonna vote no.
all right, all right. Let's see. I got to do week in
Facts.
review, huh?
Oh, nothing. I'm just going through the
All right. I need 1 minute and then we'll come back for the second half of the show. Everyone listening, I don't expect you to keep them entertained alert, but if you want to sing, I don't it'll be super quick though, but I'll be right back, y'all. All right, I told you I'd be quick. All right, 2886 in overnight trading. I'm going to try to take us through the weekend review. Did he sing, guys? I missed it. Did you sing alert?
No.
No? All right. Sorry, guys. I do need elevator me. I need something. I need better production of the YouTube show, Lord. I got to figure this shit out because I couldn't even connect to the original stream I had set up. So that was rough. I've done it twice now, and then for whatever reason, I dropped the fucking ball today. I think I was too excited for all the shit that you were telling me, alert, when I got here. So I don't know, kind of panicked and went live with the other stream. So I mean, I don't know how much to say about the chart. Like last week isn't going to matter too much, I don't think now. When it comes to, I guess, I don't know. We did beat Max Payne by like $2, maybe even more. What did we close the week at? 26.52. All right, I'll do it. We can talk about it. 26.88 was the high of the week. It was awesome. Friday fucking rocked. Anyone who had calls Friday did really well. It started out a little slow. Everyone had a little Max Payne anxiety because we were traveling about $2 above it then. But we bounced nicely. Take us through the week real quick. Monday we closed at 25.41. A lot of sideways trading from the early part of the week. Actually, Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday were pretty bad. I've been tracking April, where we were in 2024 this time. So the end of April, beginning of May, and we can get into tinfoil and maybe Kitty in a second here, alert, because we're kind of tracking that whole thing really nicely. But that week then, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was pretty trash too, all the way back at the end of April 2024. And it kind of happened that way again. 6.2 million in volume on Monday. SPY was flat. I added eBay to my little table that I do now. I guess I got to pay attention to eBay, but they closed at 100 on Monday. I don't know. Down in 1.2%, 1.26% on Tuesday. And then if anyone's watching, you can see down here, this is the overnight trading, 28.88, because I got the main chart up right now, not the boats overnight. Wednesday down 2.27%, 6.9 million. SPY was flat. We got eaten up pretty bad. Yeah. I don't know. You just like, that's how it goes a lot of the time. Though I think what did we have an interest rate? Did the rate decision, was that Wednesday too? I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they took their opportunity to kill us in the early part of the day on Wednesday. And kind of flat after that, while the market, I think, caught up to us a little bit. I don't know. Early part of the week sucked. Made me pretty encouraged though for the rest of it, because I still feel like very bullish. At this point, I'm feeling like things are going to be good, and it turned around for us. Up 1.75% on Thursday, and then to start the month of May off, up 6.33%. We traded 15 million yesterday. Well, 20 million, I guess, was overnight. We closed. That's not the original. We turn on overnight. Closed at 27.58. Friday. So we are gonna have, depending on where we open, a pretty monster gap. I don't know. I don't know. Like, who knows? Like, I don't want to get too excited. I'm excited. It's big news, but who knows what's gonna happen in overnight? So yeah, I don't know. You can't really count on anything for for sure when it comes to tomorrow, but regardless, I'm taking profit on the calls right away. So let me get this shit off. I'm gonna pull up the gaps so we can see what we got ahead of us.
Oh, the Gapton.
Yeah, that's me.
Gapton in
I think
action.
you came up with that one actually. Yeah. So yeah, let's see. I wish I could put overnight on here. I guess I probably could, but I don't really want to mess around right now. But so we're at 28.89 in overnight, so we're right around here. So there's quite a few gaps below us that we close in over.
Burry
What?
tweeted.
Okay. Is it
Burry,
good?
he,
I can't. Oh, let's see. I'm blocked.
oh,
So.
I don't think it's. He just said savage. I don't know if
Oh,
it's.
okay.
I think it has to be in response to Cohen.
I feel like right now.
Yeah, it just says savage in a song by your favorite band.
Bolt thrower.
Yeah.
I don't even know who that is. Yeah, one day Burry's gonna
I think
unblock
he
me.
understands that he's basically Cohen's forcing. I mean, they're not going to anyway. He's forcing the board to sell him eBay, one way or the other.
Yeah, he's gonna do what he. Yeah, he's got his plan in place for sure. I don't know. Burry seemed like fucking kind of bitter over the weekend, but I don't know. I don't know. Burry's hard to read sometimes. Um, yeah, I don't know. You gotta like read what he puts out through the perspective of one that he doesn't believe in the short thesis. So a lot of the stuff he says, I know I believe in the short thesis. I know, we've seen these cycles fucking every 3 or 4 months for the last 5 years. I don't know how anyone who's been around can't see that and believe that there's some weird shit going on with swaps and shorts. It's swaps. I don't know. That's what I think it is. So you gotta look at it through that lens when you're talking about Burry. So it kind of changes things when you do look at it like that. But yeah, he didn't seem super pumped about the deal. He seemed more like he wanted, the ones he put up, which is understandable. People like to be right. But I think he also said we'll have to wait and see. And he supports Ryan regardless. So that's what matters. Yeah. I don't know. Where do you think we're going to open tomorrow? You got to guess?
Oh, I think around here.
Right around here, 28.73. Go back to overnight. I mean,
if
one.
we hit 30, we sold off a little bit and then bounced, and then they got the news that it's going to be 50% stock. The question is, what's the peg of the stock? So when it's going to be some sort of window, and we think it's going to be in the most favorable window for game. And then it's squeeze it as high to make it as favorable
For GameStop. Yeah, I like this. I like this. I like that it ties that fits the
I mean,
squeeze.
if the warrants are going to go in the money, the time is now. If you're looking at the calendar,
Yeah.
you said October. Obviously there's a window in October, but anyway, we have positive news. Cohen's shares are still sitting out there; they can be recalled. The we didn't get our record date in April, like we were waiting, so that's still on the table. And then now we're hitting like our most bullish period, and game is buying fucking eBay. So.
Yeah, so like after 30.16, that's pretty much all the gaps over the last year, and we have a ton of them. There's like so many below us.
Yeah.
I'll put my
So like everybody's saying, eBay is at all-time highs. I've seen the chart. Well, one, GameStop pushed it to all-time highs.
yeah,
But two,
buying it up.
yeah, two, eBay has been buying a shit ton of their shares back for the past 5 years, or well, basically for the past 10 years. So their market cap, their actually market cap is not at an all time high. I think maybe I said this before. Um, so it's not
Oh, interesting.
entirely it's not entirely crazy on a market cap basis. And number two, if you there's like what three historic legacy .com companies that eBay, Yahoo, and Cisco. Um, if you look at eBay versus any sort of tech company, or eBay versus any, uh, it's it's severely underperformed since 2020, and now like with all the stuff happening with collector, all the stuff that Ryan probably has already identified, he's already knows it's undervalued, and then he already knows from you know right sizing GameStop that there's all these efficiencies on SG&A, and then you put the partnership with PSA on top of all that, and they control collecting, and they can expand that to like beyond trading cards, all sorts of like I collect vinyl records,
That's
and
cool.
so um, uh, they can, and I don't know if you, but he has a fact sheet proposal. If you go to the proposal to buy, um,
Yeah, I see it. To acquire eBay.
yeah, he goes. I mean, that's
I'll show you
I encourage
real quick.
everybody to read.
Overnight's at 28.47. I'll click to share to it if I can real quick. And then I'll go back to the chart.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, we can't cover everything on
yeah, I'm
it.
not gonna read this whole thing, but yeah, here you go.
Uh, I would read into this because he shows how where they're going to cut costs, how they're going to create basically double EPS, almost double EPS in 1 year, which would be insane. And then that would that would basically double the value of eBay. Uh, so
Hey, he talks about I got a lot of shit I got to read up once we get out of here.
well, yeah, he gives a path. They say we have 1,600 U.S. stores, so that it's exactly what eBay needs. They do intake, authentication, intake, fulfillment, and live commerce. So the, the GameStop stores will like basically act as nodes and fulfillment centers for the
I
eBay
love that.
network.
Double as
It's
broadcasting studios. That's cool.
yeah,
So yeah,
and
that's where like the whatnot stuff is, like
yeah,
selling products live. That's cool. I like that a lot. Yeah, that's pretty good stuff. Service drop off. So like he's laying out the vision right here. How to integrate our locations with eBay services and PSA services to make it all just it's good stuff. All right, let me get back to the chart. I get scared every time I switch over. 28.50 in overnight trading. Genius had a hell of a day too. Well, overnight. So we closed Friday at 386. We had a good week. But overnight, I think we were at 426. Not at
ooh,
overnight. Extended. 434 after hours Friday is what Gmuse closed at. So yeah, that's awesome. I don't know. Gmuse, I think there's a chance for those to squeeze as well. I know you like the Gmuse too, right? Right alert.
yeah. I think they're yeah. I mean, obviously they had some knock-on effects that uh, with the hedging and the bonds that were kind of all through, but I view them as a very retail friendly vehicle. That's why institutions don't want them, because it's a very retail friendly, and so it,
Yeah, they're kind of fun.
they're
You know,
fun. I think um, like they were on sale this past week or so. So
yeah,
I hope
could have got them
everybody,
for 320 on
yeah,
Friday morning. Jesus Christ. No, that's not the 10th, sorry. It's a while back. I'm on the hour chart, my bad.
but they were
Yeah,
lagging
there's
behind. They were ahead of game for a while. They had a premium, and then um, this latest rally, they didn't start participating really till Friday.
About 475. Pay attention. All-time high is 599. We didn't spend much time there, but we bounced around this 475, 460 area twice, pretty hard. Where we closed after hours is pretty significant too. So could get cruising over 475. And GameStop, well, 32. I don't know I don't know, because like at 32, GameStop starts trading. Well, the warrants become like, we might start seeing people exercise the warrants. I don't know how it's going to affect the price of GameStop. I also don't know how it's going to affect the price of Gmus, because they're going to be pulling them off the market.
They'll
Should make
have like,
supply drop,
yeah,
right?
they'll like eventually they'll have like their own like mini squeezes.
That's what I'm thinking. Like they're gonna have to be pulling supply off the market.
Yeah.
Like when Ryan Cohen exercises, I was saying if, because like that'd be one way he could actually make some money. But he found a way with his comp package now. He doesn't need to do anything but exercise his GMUs. He's going to be pulling off a ton of them, 3.7 million. That should like reduce supply of those GMUs significantly when that happens. And then Kitty's got 900,000. I don't buy into that he sold anything. So he's got 900,000 of them. I don't know. Once those things start exercising, I like them. They're a lot of fun. I didn't like what happened, after they got issued in October. We just got smoked. I felt like it was probably because of that. A lot of call selling. So that sucked. But since then, they've been pretty cool. So yeah, I like them. I don't know if GME can get above 30. 35.81 is a high from the Bitcoin.
Yeah, it went to 35 then. Yeah, so we're in our bullish period. There's um, we had a VIX spike in March, and similar to last April, GME does a really good job of monetizing a VIX spike, and so we had a VIX spike while XRT was on Reg Show. So it's like this delayed reaction. I went through all the data, and so we're actually like hitting the bullish period now. Like, I know it's like I know we all look at it. Yeah, we all look at our own little part of the game puzzle. So like, and we could all be right or all wrong. So somebody says it's the FTDs or the swaps or this, or I say it's we're all probably like slightly correct and incorrect at the same time.
Yeah, I hear you.
But there's a lot of people who are talking about different things at the same time, that are all bullish for game. So
yeah, a lot of people, a lot of did like. Is it confluence? Is that the word? It's a lot of shit happening all right now at the best time of year it could be happening for us. That Golden Cross seemed to work out pretty good so far. Yeah, it's not bad. I've been torn against those things. I didn't like them basically because of August 22, but looking pretty good. Yeah, after 30, 35 could come real fast. Or there wasn't a lot of volume in this area. Hasn't ever been really. And then after that,
yeah, we
I don't
broke.
know. We got fucking what 64.83 is the regular price from when Kitty came back during market hours. Let me see what chart I'm on. We get the after hours. It was 80 exactly, right? Like that's what it was. Just having fun looking at highs now. 80 was the high from the Kitty run. Anyways, fuck yeah, we gotta get there though. Gotta get through 32. Free sailing with the bonds when it comes to conversion early there, so that should give us a lot of little wiggle room too. And the company's been saying squeeze 3 times now, 3 times since December. RC squeezed his face for whatever the fuck reason to tell us he loves us. He did the Rossetti squeeze, the GameStop account squeezed Rossetti, and then they did the Power Packs account did the tomorrow with the squeeze face aliens guy. So that's 3 of them. Yeah, even that post that they did right before the eBay news hit was basically talking about how they're a retailer that's dying, and basically it was a hint that something's coming, and then like an hour later that article dropped, if not sooner than that. So yeah, let's see what else do I got. Let's see, how's chat doing? What's up, everyone? Sleepy management hit snooze. GME is taking over. I like that. That's fun, new snake. We got like it's Meme Monday, right? Aren't we supposed to or Merger Monday? Meme like it's Merger Monday. Is that what Burry said? I think it's something like that. Let's get back to this guy. All right, volume in overnight is massive too. Well, maybe not, not considering back then, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Sorry, I lost my note page. I keep flipping everywhere here. I don't know what. So what I don't know what I would want tomorrow to open. Like I always say on these type of days, the worst thing I want is a bunch of volume while we backfill the gap. It's the worst.
Yeah.
Sell the open then.
You don't want a spike inversion. Well, unless you're holding calls. So a ton of volume at the open and then it die. You want sustained volume and consolidation, or to push through.
Yeah, hit it hard quickly, and then just keep going. I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna pull in some earnings if we can open around here. We'll see what happens. IV is gonna be spiked as hell. I don't know. I'm trying not to like get too excited. Is what's going on here, because we've all been here. We've all been very excited on a Sunday night or some shit, or well, like the Burry buys. I was fired up on the after that first Burry buy.
Well, yeah,
Like,
you can go through them. The Burry by the White House tweet back.
yeah.
I mean, I can go back and back, but yeah, there's been several. This is like on real news. Like there's
Yeah, there you go.
There's couple random after hour moves when it's just going to get sold off. Um, uh, the White House tweet, the Wall Street Journal NFT article, going way back. I mean, we're going to consolidate. So
Yeah. Those are the worst ones. That's if the only thing that happened was that eBay article from Friday, that would have probably hurt. It would have probably been that kind of day where you get the leak. That's what we were all kind of maybe thinking was. I know Ultimator had a post about it. The Wall Street Journal seems to cover these weird spikes sometimes. It definitely did with the NFT article in 2022
yep.
January.
Yeah.
But I don't think, this is news now. So, I mean, the only the shares is what's going to matter. What the specifics of the deal is what's going to matter when it comes to whether or not the price holds or fucking rips. But I think Ryan Cohen is motivated for it to rip. So I feel very, very good about it.
Yeah.
And again, it's May. So yeah, I mean, my notes for the week I got. Let's see, we pretty much covered all my weekend review notes. IV is going to be a monster tomorrow. Probably write it open.
Well, we've been saying that. We've been saying that for. It seems to. I hope so. But it seems to get stuck around.
Like 65 is the high lately, right?
Yeah.
Seems like we're right around 65, and then that's our new high, where that was like sub floor forever.
Yeah.
Getting down to 60 would have been super low IV now. We got that tells me that we got a lot of room to go when it comes to IV too. What was it? I think it was over 200 in.
Yeah, it got crazy. So February we hit 60. Yeah, we've been struggle. Every time we think. But the options volume on Friday may help.
Yeah, some shit came in at the end of the day too. I think they were like, I think I saw better shit on the chain. Not Friday. Friday it was like a lot of stuff, but nothing really stood out to me. I saw spreads and stuff like that, but it wasn't any. But I've seen some. I want to say it was like June. Everyone's talking about the June 30s, but those things, there's a lot of open interest there, but they're not all bought. There's just a
No, I
shit
yeah.
like a shit ton of activity on them, and that's about it. So I wouldn't, because where's Kitty hiding? That's kind of, you want to see the big option volume, or you want to see some round number like 5,000, maybe 10,000. I'm looking for 500, depending on how much money it is. Um, I don't know, signs, right? But I don't think it's there. I think, if I'm gonna guess, if he's on the chain, I'm gonna guess it's those Flex 32s. Um, for January, is it 2027 or 2028? Do you know the expiration on those?
2028, January 28.
Yes, some random Thursday, I think.
Yeah, it's like
100.
the day before the because I own the other I own the normal one. I've, I've been buying them uh, since those came out.
Oh,
Uh,
nice. All right. I don't know. What do you got? So I mean, you got a bunch of charts. Let me see. Like, um, hedge
well,
loan
so a
balances
bunch
is
of the
one.
eBay stuff is we don't even need to talk. So I made eBay charts in to look at when they were going to acquire, and I had that kind of window pegged
Yeah.
starting early February to like the through the 18th. Um, but that's yeah, that's when they were acquiring. Um, and then I have bond stuff, but that's kind of boring compared to eBay news.
Yeah,
Uh,
I know. I'm trying to like. I'm looking through here. First off, I don't know how to get them on my screen from. Um, yeah, you are going. You're going nuts with the cloud stuff. It looks awesome, bro.
uh, yeah, so yeah, calls have started to come in on GameStop, so that's good. That's what's been driving IV up. So we got call OI going up. Um,
Let me see if this is possible. I will share the podcast channel. All right. I don't know if this is possible though. Let me share something else. I don't think I really want to do it. Sorry guys, I'm not gonna I don't want to put the whole Discord, because it looks like the whole like Discord screen will be showing up there, and I don't want to do that. Sorry. So go ahead. Sorry, dude. I cut you off. I was gonna try to pull up the charts as you were talking about them, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that.
yeah, so yeah, it was this. I was looking into eBay to see if there was. I was trying to look at their option, all their option activity, and then also their hedging, so their hedge loan balance, and I found some basically footprints of something going down in February and March, like because uh, uh, games counterparties were buying eBay through these vehicles to like avoid detection until they took physical delivery, probably before uh, the meeting date. Uh, so when their counterparties buy all this stuff, they hedge, and then that would show up either in the option market or then in the hedge loan. So we saw some spikes of hedge loan balance and market loan balance in eBay around the dates that they said they were. So we did see basically game acquiring eBay on the
That's good shit.
charts. Um, so, but yeah, we there's a lot of hedging that needs to come off for game. There's just a ton of fuel for game to go up, is what I
We've
see.
been we've been fucking suppressed for about a year, it seems. I mean, of course there
Yeah,
was hedging that, yeah, like you said, it needs to come off. Like the bonds all hit, the
yeah,
warrants. It just seemed like there's so much shit going on that everyone just, kind of hedged against GameStop with. And that, yeah, they've been holding us down. Even though you feel it, good news, it's still, we're topping out
yeah.
at 25.
It goes back down.
Yeah.
And that's as game goes up, the deltas of the bonds go up, and then they actually short more. Uh, so they actually have a far more dampening effect on the price of game than normal short interest or normal, because typically, unless they have super high conviction, a short is a short. They don't like re-short the next day. But the bonds the arbs every day they're recalculating, and if deltas are higher, they need to short. They need to short. So they're typically shorting um, as it's going up, and then so like there's a uh, what they call it, the price of game feels heavy, like it goes up, and rallies get sold off, and then but on the flip side, there IVs down, and are down. We don't have this besides when they issued the bonds, or like the other day. I feel like Wednesday it felt like they were moving from one bond to the next, because it felt like they were shorting, aggressively shorting, and then the bond sales all came in, and that was the bottom. So they were like it seemed like they were establishing new positions last week. Like
Huh.
I think they're moving from one bond to the other, because somebody's cornering the 2032 bond. In my mind, that's my tinfoil. Is
Huh. Somebody
somebody?
like, yeah, any
Uh,
ideas? I
I
just
well, yeah. Either like um, it's either GameStop themselves, Ryan Cohen, or some other large fund.
it's Sultan, bro.
What?
It's Sultan. You know it. I'm
Yeah, yeah.
playing. He's
Some yeah.
definitely
It's not like um they're well, it's the restricted bond. So the it's not gonna be just like a random hedge fund. Um, they have to have like a lot of what
that'd be
it's
interesting. They'll have the rights to a lot of shares. Well, maybe. I mean,
yeah.
it's up
So
to
they
RCO.
so it's a lot easier for GameStop to do it, because they can buy back those
Oh,
bonds
that's it.
whenever.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah.
You're kind of saying that earlier. That's I get you now. IB, I see you, bro. I go ahead, buy up as much eBay as you can at 125 a share. I don't know. Good to see you though. I know it's eBay because of his fucking profile picture, but he's got a different name down there. The tinfoil. That's what else I wanted to bring up was where we are in terms of a requel. I guess it would be
Yeah.
last week. I was saying Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday were shitty, and that put us right on track with 2024. And so, this is where we were back then. A couple of shitty days. The big one was Monday for us. The last week, the big one was Wednesday, and then the end of they had two big days. We had, what was it? Yeah, nothing like it was then. But Kitty was also very active on the.
It was also coming off the floor. Um,
Yeah, 10. Yeah, 995.
yeah. So
Good
yeah, they
point.
had a huge day, but it was like it put it back to like 16. Um, and then it consolidated, and then yeah. So the,
Boom.
the timeline is what last Thursday he updates his chart. No, last Friday, right?
The 29th, is that what it was for us? No,
It was
26.
it was
Oh, that
26,
was then. Sorry.
and it was the 24th. So, but it's the last Friday in April is the
Yeah,
similarity.
exactly. So what you're saying is that's when he updated his stock charts
Yeah.
account back in
And then
2024 was the last Friday of April, which was the 26th, and then
and
for us
then and then this, so
the
it'd be this
29th.
Thursday. It would be like this Thursday he would like a tweet, or
That's Run Lola Run, right?
yeah.
So that was Thursday night, I think it happened. Maybe, I don't know. I think that's when we started hearing about it.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah,
then
so
Sunday he would that well that's the time, that's the
yeah.
timeline of 20, so people are watching that. We're all watching that.
I'm definitely
Uh,
watching it.
well,
So
of course.
so if that happens, that means Thursday, this coming Thursday, and we'll find out. Who knows? Maybe it was early. No, I don't know when anyone knows when he liked it. That's not going to be an option this time around because Elon has removed that, so you can't see who likes what. That was a good troll Greg did. I think it was on April Fool's. There was basically saying the likes are going to be showed up again, and everyone freaking out. It was pretty funny. So that's gone. That's not an option. But I mean, him updating his stock charts to go pro last Friday, on the last Friday of April, is very similar. So I guess we would need to some kind of kitty activity. I don't know what it would be. He's done the Reddit banana aficionado stuff. It'd be kind of fun if like Avocado Mayanus did something like a poster. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, just something. Some activity from Kitty on Thursday. And then Sunday, a week from today, Mother's Day. I think it was Mother's Day then too. Maybe not. No, I don't remember now. Anyways, so a Mother's Day, a week from today, would be when the guy leaning forward in his chair. And then, I mean, I don't even know if he does that on top of everything else that's going on, and he pulls out some monster position, and I have no idea. He could just squeeze the shit out of it, and then, yeah, that offer that RC just put forward in that letter, all that shit becomes extremely more valuable. So it's very exciting times. I like that shit. It's just the second. What is it? May 3rd. That's it. All right. I think we might get out of here, Alert.
Yeah.
Do you have anything before we go?
Yeah. So my only bit of tinfoil about, we went over that he was pro. So that's my tinfoil, is that he went pro, signaling that he got the professional, he got the certification that he could trade those bonds, and that he's buying the bonds. Squeezing.
Wait, okay. Wait, say it. I'm sorry. Say it again. Say it one more time for me, please. Sorry,
So,
I was like halfway doing things.
So he designated himself a pro on the chart.
Uh-huh.
And so my tinfoil is that it's him signaling that he has got the certification that he, as a family office, could buy
Oh shit.
the bonds, and he's the one
Okay.
squeezing.
That would be fun.
Because there is a constant bid on the bonds now, and I've watched it, and it wasn't present before. And they're, in my view, they're pushing the price of the bond up, and it's helping the stock.
That's exciting.
So, but it would be crazy for him to have all the stuff he needs to do to buy the bonds.
I mean,
That's why it's far out tinfoil.
Yeah, super. Yeah, don't play tinfoil. Anyone listening, don't play tinfoil. And it's Sunday night, anyways. Shout out Watchtower. You just hit 60 in the Discord. Good shit, bro. Lodo got to the 40s. What's up? Someone got to Bap's back, but he's been in the 30s. I forgot to put him there, but yeah, I haven't done a shout out to the level ups in a little bit. Sensei's 31. Anyways, all right, that's it. Let's see what overnight is before I get out of here.
It's doing well. We're almost back up to 29.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, everyone. I turned it off while I was bullshitting. Let's see. Oh yeah, it is doing well. It's volume starting to come back in a little bit too. 2896. Tap 30 exactly. It's just crazy how that shit seems to happen, huh?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it. Reb Bleep, you just watched Devil Wears Prada 2. I didn't even know it came out. That's cool. I guess. I don't know. But I don't know if I saw the first one. So, but anyways, thanks everyone for coming out to the chat. I appreciate y'all. Good to see, everyone. Well, good to see you out here, bro. Dirk, Arcane, Lodo, New Snake, Diaper King. I don't know. Quite a few people. iTeacher. Good to see y'all. Thanks for coming out. GameStop's going to fucking rip. I hope we all wake up tomorrow with a whole lot more money and our fucking just green candles everywhere. So, all right. That's all I got. Thanks, everyone. Let's fucking go GameStop.
Peace out.
Now I got to figure out how to stop the thing. And don't you hang up yet, Arcane, please. Did he already? There we go. Bye, everyone. Let's fucking go.